I'm Emma Maynard.
Hey, I'm Gloria Ufot.
And I'm Ariel Wilson.
And our habit of mind is engagement. Engagement is the full interaction and focus on a subject and giving the writer a better understanding of new ideas and skills. Being interactively engaged is shown when the student is fully committed and immersed into what they're writing.
I think our key audience when we talked about engagement is student writers, mainly in the college environment. I think it goes far beyond being in college. These skills are used in everyday life. Engagement is one of the 8 habits of mind in the framework article that we've been looking at. Basically, these 8 habits of mind are like key elements or key tools that students have and learn to build upon that are used in everyday writing in college and later in life. So we had engagement.
I think engagement is something a lot of students know they need, but it's really hard to actually get engaged in their writing because they don't do enough research or preparation. And basically, we're just going to talk to you guys about how to become more engaged and why it's important and why we should all be engaged in our writing.
Okay.
Okay, so
Pause the video.
So for our production strategies, we're going to talk about the arrangement of our guide. And we're going to talk about the CRAP design principles.
Okay, so for contrast, we used a lot of bright colors that popped and grabbed the attention of our viewers because we want them to be just as interested in engagement as we are because we're really engaged in the process and of getting other writers engaged. And also repetition. We use the same colors over and over again for the titles of the different sections of the paper that we did so they can know what exactly they're going to get in that section.
So for alignment, we made sure that all of the subtitles were on one side of the page and all of the information was on the other side of the page. We made sure that the subtitles and their corresponding passages matched and they were still on the same line and stuff. And basically that's meant for organization and to make sure everything is intact.
And then for proximity, we made sure all the information in the subtitles were the same distance apart, just to make it clean and not to have any blurred lines. We made sure there were 4 spaces in between each subtitle, just so you can actually not get anything mixed up, and the information was spread apart a good amount. Each of us did 2 subtitles of our guide. I talked about the introduction to engagement, basically what it is and how it's used in everyday college writing. And then I also did the background of the frameworks part and basically just talked about why the framework was written. I talked about each of the 8 habits of mind, not only engagement, and then we went into how engagement is used and why it's important in student life.
Okay, my part was the discussion of engagement, which basically I discussed, again, emphasizing the definition of engagement and the different aspects to it, such as student being fully committed and immersed and fully interactive with their writing. And I also had the section of why is it significant, which basically I discussed about how it contradicted what we learned in high school by basically emphasizing why engagement is very much needed in our writing.
I did the student example of engagement in the conclusion. And for the student example, what we did was we researched how another student used engagement and how it was effective in their writing. And then in the conclusion, just wrapped everything up and put it all together in a way that is both intriguing to our audience and also gets the point across.
I thought the group feedback was a really good idea. They really helped us with simple things like conventions, and for some reason we had different fonts in different areas, so that helped a lot, and spelling errors.
Janae, she really emphasized on the bigger font size and how we should generalize, basically make it like we're talking to our students and not like we're writing a book. And Joshua basically gave us a compliment on our explanation on our habit of mind.
The hardest but most beneficial part of this project was the super paraphrase. We weren't really used to paraphrasing, and the video that we had to look at to learn how to paraphrase really helped us out. And in class, we were getting a lot of help with that too. It was really beneficial because that's a big part of our project, being able to simplify what engagement means and making it interesting for our audience.
So I think we used a lot of the habits of mind throughout this project, but I think we used persistence the most. We split up the work evenly, and we did many things, like we wrote outlines, we wrote everything out, we took notes going up to the guideline before we just wrote it all out in a final copy. And I think that helped us a lot because splitting up the work made it easier on all of us, and in the end it was like our own unique work and it wasn't all the same.